Hi guys, and welcome back to the Real Talk Business channel. Today I really wanted to talk to you about an app that I've found and really enjoying, and it actually inspired me for one of the businesses that I'm embarking on at the moment, and that's an app called Konvi App. And what you're about to hear is, again, for pure entertainment purposes only. It isn't financial advice. I just want to share some of the stuff that I enjoy with you guys. Now, I like wine. I also like watches. And I drink both wine. I don't drink watches. You know what I mean? I have watches and I drink wine. And in fact, some of my best assets or performing assets in increasing value over the last 5 years have been watches. And not in the kind of sense of I don't own multiple Rolexes or anything like that, or any completely high-end watches, but I do own some Omegas and some Tudors and things like that, and they have increased in value over the last 5 years, probably about 120%. So incredibly well-performing assets. Wine, I can't say it lasts long enough to increase, but I like that space, you understand. And there's a lot of ways that you can invest and make money in that area, and that's where Convi provides you the ability to make money on those more high-end sides of the likes of wine and watches without having to spend the amount you would have to capitalize on this in general. And quite simply, Convi allows you to invest smaller amounts, I think a minimum of 250 euros, to invest in a watch fund or a wine fund. And they use partners like, I think they use Cult Wine for their wine, and they use other partners for their high-end watches. And what that means is that you can invest in those assets for as little as 250 euros. And these appreciating assets, especially over the 5-year period, they perform incredibly well, especially compared to the stock market. So for the wine side of things tend to be around the 20% appreciation per year, and it's similar sort of appreciation on the watch fund side as well. So when you track it against the stock market, that's a really good return. And at the same time, you could go out and do these yourself. The wine fund that I recently invested in through Convi was a 65,000 euro fund. Obviously, I didn't invest 65,000, so the way it works is quite simple. I invested my 250 euros. They then get many other people to invest 250 euros, or as much as you want to invest, of course, until they reach their point of 65,000 to pay their partner. Their partner then goes and purchases the wine. It's a selection of well-picked wines by Cult Wine. Again, they're the partners, so they're the experts in that. It's then locked up for the 5-year appreciation period, and then at which time the profits are then split out between the investors. Simple concept. The same with the watch fund as well. So the watch fund, it's a 250,000 euro watch fund. So again, this is extremely high-end watches. We're not talking just single, it's up there. And so what then happens is, again, they open the lot. You are able to invest as much as you like, and then once that lot is closed, their partner purchases the watch, and that's locked up for that appreciation period. They're auctioned off at the end or sold through their partners, and again, the profits are split between the investors, and that is you guys or myself. Now, I really like the concept because, again, I really like these assets. I think they're very well performing assets. There are a number of different assets that I like in this space. Property is another one, and there's a really nice app that I like on partial investments in properties in the same sort of way. But this is sort of a growing trend I'm seeing, and this is, again, what inspired me to start one of the businesses I did in a very similar vein. So my inspiration has been from the likes of Convi, where you can invest, everyone, like the likes of you, me, everyone can just invest small amounts of money into these larger assets that would ordinarily be held just for the super rich. Like, I couldn't afford to just go off and buy a $250,000 euro watch or whatever and wait for that to appreciate for 5 years. I mean, technically you could through these partners. You could go directly instead of going through Convi. You could go direct and purchase these assets for 250,000 euros. But again, that isn't where the Convi part comes in. The Convi part allows us to profit in the appreciating assets for a lot less input, which I think is a fantastic concept. And I'm seeing the same for things like art. If you look at things, and again, I will do videos on these individually because I really do like this concept. The likes of masterworks.io, they do it for art. There's an app called Stake that I'm using for property, specifically within Dubai, but I know that there are many others. There's one's Diversifund, I think, in the US. So I've been exploring lots of these different ways to crowdfund investments, and again, this is exactly what has inspired me and my own business, which I'll do a video on in the future when I've actually completed a bit more of the stuff. I'll give you a bit of a rundown on the app now as well. So it's I really like the way it's set out. It's really super simple and easy to use, which is probably one of the best things you can have. So I'll bring it up now. One of the things I like is this is available on the web or on mobile as well. So you can use the app or you can just log in through the website. Again, I mentioned this in my previous video. I'm quite a sucker for that. I like the ability to be able to do both. But anyway, onto the app. So you can see here that you have a number of different lots that are open or ones that are closing soon. This means that you're able to pick the investment that you want to invest in. So we have one open, which is in fact I was wrong, it's €200,000 watch fund, and that the partner is actually called Watch Fund. So they're the ones that actually do the fulfillment for you. And if we click on that, we can see now that we're able to invest within that fund. So you can see the historical appreciation is 20% per annum. So that means that over 5 years, if you put in €1,000, your return should roughly equal about €1,000. So that's €1,000 of profit, so you get 2,000 back. Again, that's historical appreciation. We can't go on that completely, but that's kind of the way it tracks. And so it gives you a bit of a history, what they're looking at. And if we go down to the bottom, it shows us the details of this. So the appreciation period of this is actually only 3 years. Some of them are 5. It depends exactly on the timepiece itself and the fund and the partner itself. So it tells you exactly what the minimum stake is, what they're looking to do, and all of the details about that. Now, if we also go back to the other coming soon, it gives us other watches and other funds that are coming up. So there's another watch, 130,000 Lange & Son, by the looks of things. That's on pre-order. So that pre-order allows you to then pre-order a spot within there. So I can say, okay, give me a spot for €250. Okay, I'm going to put that one in there. I'm going to say, you can show me as a show owner. I'm going to put that down and I'm going to say pre-order now. So I have now pre-ordered the ability to buy a slot within that fund. Perfect. Now we can also see the ones that have been funded. Like I mentioned, this watch, this wine fund. This is through Cult Wines. Their appreciation is slightly less on this one, on average about 9% per annum, but this one is locked up for 5 years. So you can see here again, minimum stake is €250. And their strategy is to maximize the appreciation, obviously maximize the returns for you guys. So like you can see, the app is very simple. It gives you the lots of the things that you can invest in straight up. It gives you the ability to see your portfolio. You can see the things that you've invested in. And yeah, it's extremely simple. Signing up is extremely simple as well. You have to, when you invest in these things, you have to do the identity checks, ask you to send your documents in and things like that. This is the same for all of the investments that you would do, all of these sorts of things where it comes to financials. But the app is very simple to log into, very simple to sign up to. And if you use my code, you will get free money at the same time. So you'll sign up and you'll get free tenner. So tenner off your first purchase or your first investment, which is perfect. So I will put my link in the description. Like I said, I really like this app. I think it's something that's a really interesting concept that's going around at the moment. It enables so many different types of investments for individuals. I would love to be buying 250 or 130,000 euro watches to be able to do this myself, but that's not the level I'm at. And at the same time, I really like the fact that these companies bring these opportunities to you. So well done, Convi. I think this is a really nice app. I think you've done a really good job. And thanks for inspiring me in the things that I'm doing as well. Yeah, like I said, please let me know what you think of Convi, if you've used it. If you haven't, give it a try. Like I said, link in the description. And I look forward to sharing a bit more about some of my own ventures with you on the next video. Otherwise, see you on the next one. Peace out.